All right, guys. Problem set lesson 9. Let's zoom in and get ready to roll. All right, let's get our names on these papers. All right, let's read the directions. Solve, and then write the sum in standard form. Use a place value chart if necessary. Well, I'm just going to draw a place value chart up in my top right-hand corner to allow my brain to look at it occasionally. So I'm going to put my decimal right there. So this would be tens, ones, tenths, hundredths, thousandths. I'm just, make sure it's one more zero for thousands. I'm just going to have that up there so that we can go back to visualize and use that to help our brains. So it looks like we're putting it in unit form, and then they're asking us to put it in standard form. Okay, well, what's 1/10 plus 2/10? Well, what's 1 apple plus 2 apples? Well, it's 3, so the unit doesn't matter. 3/10. Now, think about where 3/10 would be in our place value chart. It looks like it's after the decimal place, so it's going to be 0.3. Great. That's why we have that place value chart up there. Use it if you need to. All right, 14/10 plus 9/10. So it's the same unit. So what's 14 plus 9? Well, 14 plus 10 is 24. 1 less than 10 is would be 9, right? So 1 less than 24 would be 23. 23/10. If I had 23, what would we do? We'd regroup. So the 2 ones, 3/10, which equals 2.3. Okay, I think you're getting it. What we're asking you to do. Pause me and do the next 3 on your own. And when you come back, I should have the next problems done. Did I say to do 3? I'm sorry if I did. I only did 2, and now I'm back. So we took 100th plus another 200th. That gave us 300th. I used the place value chart to help my brain visualize, and the 3 would go in the hundredths, so it would be 0.03. Great. Well, this one's a little bit more challenging. D, 27 hundredths plus 5 hundredths. Well, 27 plus 5, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32 is 32. So 32 hundredths. If I put 32 up in the hundredths place, I'm visualizing, I'm shifting the groups of 10 to the place value to the left. So that should give us 3/10, 2 hundredths, or 0.32. All right, let's pause again. Try to do the next 2, E and F, thousandths place on your own. Okay, welcome back. I did 1.5. I wanted to help you with this F one. So let's just look at E real quick before we move on to F. 1,000th plus 2,000ths, or 1 plus 2. As long as the unit's the same, we can add them together. So 1 plus 2 is 3. That's 3,000ths. If I visualize 3 in the thousandths place, I know it would be 0.003. Okay, now let's look at the F. This one could be tricky for some of us. 35 thousandths plus 8 thousandths. Well, 35 plus 8 is 43. Now again, I'm using the place value chart to help me visualize. If I have 43 in the thousandths place, I regroup. So it's going to end up with being 4 hundredths, 3 thousandths, or 0.043. Okay, oops, I should have erased. Oh, that's a fat eraser. Come on, Briggs. There we go. Should have erased that before we got started. All right, let me scroll down a little bit. Let's do the next couple together. 6/10 plus 3 thousandths. Okay, well, they're not the same unit. So I can just go back up to my place value chart. Whoops, other direction. Place value chart. I know that there's 6 in the tenths place, but only 3 in the thousandths. So if I'm visualizing that, is there anything in the hundredths place? Nope. So we know that this would be 603 thousandths, or 0.603. That one's a little bit more challenging. This one, the next one is also going to be like this. So let's do that one together as well. Let me erase my little place value chart. Perfect. 7 ones, so 7 in the ones place. 2/10 plus 4/10. Ooh, there we go. So I have 7.2 plus 0.4. Well, I can add tenths plus tenths, which would give us 6 tenths. 7 1 6 tenths. Well, it's asking for just tenths, so that means I would decompose, that's 76 tenths, or 7.6. Those last two are very challenging, so don't feel bad if you can't get these last three, I guess. I didn't see that one, it was hiding from me. But GHI are extra challenges, so it's not always best to use unit form here. And you'll see that in other spots where, oh, it might be easier to use unit form with these type of questions, but it might be better to use standard algorithms, stacking and adding them to solve others. So we just got to figure out which forms are best for certain pathways. When it's multiple forms, like GH and I, or multiple units, I should say, sometimes it's just easier to convert them to standard form and then use the standard algorithm. All right, so 2 thousandths plus 9 ones and 5 thousandths. So again, let's go back to our place value chart. Let me erase these real quick. Erase the tenths. Now let's go back and see if we can, what did they want? Sorry about that, guys. That was probably annoying for you. So 2 in the thousandths place for the one number. And then we're doing 9 ones and 5 thousandths. Now remember, if we decompose this, this would be 9,005 thousandths, that's a mouthful, plus 2 thousandths, or 9,007 thousandths. But using our place value chart, we can see that that is 9.007. These three, GHI, I find that it would be easier for us to not use unit form for those, but actually just to stack them and add them after converting them to standard form. But here's standard algorithm practice. So this is where we just stack and add. I'll do the A with you, and then I'm going to ask you to pause. You can do B. Then we'll do C together. I'll ask you to pause. I'd like you to try D on your own. So that's how this little next section is going to work. And I think there's another part on the next page. We'll see. Next. All right, I can't. It's on the next slide. So 0.3, oh, 7 minutes. We're on track. 0.3 on top, 0.82 on bottom. Remember, if there's a place value that doesn't have anything, we represent it with a 0. And we're going to add these. So stacking using that decimal and lining up all the other place values. Hundredths over hundredths, tenths over tenths, ones over ones. So starting on our smallest place value, 2 plus 0 is 2. 8 plus 3 is 11, so we're regrouping. So the answer to this problem should be, let me scroll up so I can write it on the line, 1.12. All right, I'm gonna stack them with you, but then I want you to pause it and do the work. There is one step of regrouping. All right, so I'll see you in a second. All right, the answer for this one, 8 hundredths plus 3 hundredths is 11 hundredths, so we regrouped into the tenths. 0 plus 0 plus 1 is 1. Bring the decimal down, and then 1 plus 0 ones is 1, so 1.11. Great. I actually don't think you need me to do the next two, so I changed my mind. I'm going to stack them with you, but you go ahead and add without me. Ooh, this one on D, make sure that ones goes under ones. And this is what I mean by making sure those decimals line up. If your decimals line up, then everything else will line up. Okay, I'm going to pause. You're going to pause. Go ahead and see what you can get for these two answers. All right, welcome back. Let's take a look at C. 3 plus 8 tenths is 11 tenths, so we regrouped. 7 ones plus 2 ones is 9, plus the 1 more is 10. So we bring the 0 down, regroup into the tens place, 10.1. 10 and 1/10 is the answer to that problem. All right, looking at D, 57 and 3 hundredths plus 2 and 8 hundredths. Well, 8 plus 3 hundredths is 11, and so we regrouped into the tenths place. 0 plus 0 tenths plus 1 more tenth that we regrouped is 1/10. Decimal, 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 come right down. 7 ones plus 2 ones is the 9 ones. 5 tens plus, well, there would be a 0 here. We don't have to write it, but that's what we're visualizing. 5 plus 0 is 5. So the answer for this one is 59 and 11 hundredths. Great job. Ooh, more. This one's going into the thousands place. Ooh, I don't think you need me to do it with you, but we will stack it so that you can make sure that you're set up the right way. So once again, make sure the decimals are right on top of each other, and that helps every other place value to the left and the right of the decimal to line themselves up. All right, so let's do it again with this one, 85.703, and that's going to be 12.197. Great job. Okay, now I'd like you to pause it and answer these two questions, and we'll join you back. All right, welcome back. Let's check our work and see if we were accurate. And remember, I didn't say it on the last couple. If you made a mistake, go ahead and pause me and correct it. That's how your brain's going to get better. So we can see over here on E that 3 thousandths plus 8 thousandths is 11 thousandths, so we regrouped. 7 hundredths plus 2 hundredths is 9 hundredths, plus 1 more hundredth is 10 hundredths, so we regrouped again. 5 tenths plus 3 tenths is 8 tenths, plus that 1 more is 9 tenths. Decimal, decimal, decimal. 2 ones plus 4 ones, 6 ones. 6 tens plus 0 tens is 6 tens. So our answer is 66 and 901 thousandths. All right. Over here on the right on F, 3 thousandths plus 7 thousandths is 10 thousandths. So we regrouped. 0 hundredths plus 9 hundredths is 9 hundredths, plus that 1 more is 10 hundredths, right? So we regrouped again. 7 tenths plus 1 tenth is 8 tenths, plus 1 more is 9 tenths. Decimal, decimal, decimal comes down. 5 ones plus 2 ones is 7 ones. 8 tens plus 1 10 is 9 tens. So our answer is 97 and 900 thousandths. Great job. I am going to quickly, whoop, not what I wanted to do, Mr. Briggs. Oh, I guess I'll just slide it down a little bit, and that will work. I just wanted to make sure we could read this. Now, what's the time on the video? Well, we're already at the limit. We will practice these type of questions when you're in person or in the next couple lessons. So that is all I'm asking for the problem set. The exit ticket. Let me look at the exit ticket real quick. Flip to my page. You are going to be asking to solve using the forms that you've practiced right here. So you're going to be asking to solve things in standard algorithm. I want to see nice stacking and adding, regrouping when you need to. And then the other one you'll see is some unit form stuff. So please be careful. Real quick, I'll do one of the questions that's on the exit ticket. 64 hundredths plus 8 hundredths. So remember, if it's the same unit, you just combine them, and then you think about your place value chart. Or you could use the place value chart to help you. Tenths, hundredths, thousandths, right? So if I have 64 here and 8 here, well, that would give me 72. I regroup 7 in the tenths, 2 in the hundredths. This answer will be 0.72. Use the charts to help you. Use the pieces that you need. I think that's it. Go ahead and get into your exit ticket. Do your best, and we will see you on Thursday or Friday. Some of you might not even have these papers at home because I think we forgot to take them because of all the assessments we were doing earlier. So if that's the case, my apologies. We'll get them this week. Let me stop this video.